Today I want to showcase a little bit about something I have been working on, the pinnacle version of the Shredder build. Now the buffs in the last patch did some really good things for this one, specifically for the damage, and it started to chunk, like really chunk, like 2 to 3 million hits just on Lilith. With a few adjustments to the spirit consumption and the spirit generation, I also managed to make this one work without Grizzly Rage, which benefits this quite a lot. And I also included the Shepherd's aspect to make this one deal a ton more damage. It's a really fun and satisfying build to play. But what about Nightmare Dungeons? I think this build has potential, but mostly will not be able to clear anything past 70. It's a very squishy hit and run type playstyle. You basically poison enemies with rabies and with your poison creeper run away and then flick a strike inside the pack, which pops all the poison and deals a ton of damage. But it requires you to poison enemies, so you need to go into the pack, poison enemies and then get out. It's a two-step damage formula. Nightmare Dungeons are more about burst damage than anything else. So if you do not have any invincibility frames, invincibility abilities, you're going to suffer greatly in the end game. There is the Bulwark pop build, but it's abusing a very overlooked damage mechanic specifically for the barrier. So it's dealing a ton of damage while giving you a ton of survivability. And this build and most builds in the game will usually not be able to do this. So what I'm currently doing is looking for builds that are really solid and can push Nightmare Dungeons 10 or 15 levels above the character level and well are satisfying and fun to play because I do value my fun. Now I am also looking for builds that are specifically good at Uber Lilith because there is currently only the tornado kill and one that abused the bug, and this one has the potential to do Uber Lilith. It has the movement speed, it has the damage reduction, it has the damage, the burst damage specifically, it deals a ton of AoE damage, and it is very fast. So you don't rely on your movement abilities, on your dodge ability to get out of sticky situations. Specifically the wave abilities that one-shot you. One drawback of this build is the specific inability to use Unstoppable. So you're reliant on your positioning, and this will also make high difficulties very hard to play. Now, can you fit Earthen Bulwark in this build or Trample? Maybe, but I wouldn't recommend it. It really doesn't fit this playstyle all that much. I would much rather have more damage and clear low-level dungeons much faster than, well, push level 70, 80 or even 90 or even 100 difficulty. However, there is a case to be made here. High-level difficulties can be pushed with this one. You just need to drop rabies and pick up debilitating raw. This changes the whole mechanic of this one, because we are going to use Zenith. So our crit strike chance is going to be lower. So we are more reliant on waxing gibbers and cannot use a two-handed weapon really all that great anymore. Because since we are lacking that guaranteed crit chance, we are dealing much less damage to, well, basically everything. But that's something I want to talk about in the complete guide. By the way, I recorded it today, but my kid removed the plug of my mic and I didn't notice it. So I recorded 1.5 hours without me noticing there is no mic input. Yeah, very frustrating. But I still wanted to show you something, so that's the showcase. If you want something like this more often, please tell me down below in the comments. Leave a like, leave a sub, and see you next time. Bye.